Hey Scorpio, welcome to your mid-month reading. This is your girl Belladonna Krishana here with your mid-month reading, which was a very redundant. Just realized it's a very redundant introduction. Anyway, so this month is I feel like I get these themes because it makes doing the reading for YouTube easier for me. And so I write down information that I feel is pertinent to what we're going to be talking about. You have to, my allergies are crazy right now. My ear is like super clogged, so I don't know how loud I am being or not being. Anyway, so the topic of this particular reading is don't wait for permission. And that's kind of what I felt was a key element or a key point to make in this particular video is that if you are waiting for an opportunity, make sure that you're waiting for the opportunity to come through and not waiting for permission to be. Because in the process of becoming, it starts with being. It starts with recognizing that part of yourself that already resonates with what you want. And then from there, then you attract the vibration to you, whatever that might be. And so the process of, oh my god, my ear. Sorry. So the process of becoming is actually already being. And if you're waiting for, permission to be something, to do something, if you're waiting for permission for someone to give you sort of the green light or the recognition, you're kind of doing it wrong. You're kind of doing it wrong, and you're following rules that you didn't make. I happen to be a Leo, and we're really good at realizing that other people's rules are not necessarily the rules that are for us. That we do things a little bit differently. That's actually a part of the Leo's journey that I feel like all signs on some level could really do a lot more with. They could do a lot more with not waiting for someone to give you an award for your, for the thing that you do. Our gold star, we're really good at also not the gold star is stupid. It's stupid. It's like for example, it's like when you're at a job and you've been there for a really long time and you work your ass off, and then, you know, 5 years down the line, someone's like, "Oh, you're employee of the month. Here's your gold star." It's like, what? When did we hit kindergarten again? When was that a thing? So anyway, so that's the theme of our reading today, and I am going to go ahead. I've been shuffling cards, so I'm going to go ahead and pick some, and we're going to get into the reading, the energy. All right, so okay, so moving from past, present, and future. So in the past, you've been subject to people's rules and expectations and their ways of doing things and their systems, and you realize that hasn't necessarily worked for you. Just in general, just hasn't worked for you, and it might have even come through a sort of, I don't want to say violent, but because, okay, we have the Ace of Scepters here, which is also found, the scepters of the wands, the rods, are also found in the Five of Rods, which is where conflict starts to happen. It's like a picture of people beating up each other with sticks. And so recently you've come through a period of time that has not only giving you back your wand, which is also in the magician card. In the magician card, the magician is holding up a wand. So it's not only giving you back your wand, but also giving you back new forever. That's the word that comes up. Uh, you're possibly at this moment thinking of new ideas on how to do things. And this message, the message we talked about as far as not asking for permission, is very important in that process, because of the fact that as you are trying to figure out how your new strategy, your new way of sort of being and creating, then this kind of comes up and tells you that it's all yours. It's all up to you. You know, you have the wand. You hold the wand. Okay. This is so the next card is the High Priestess, and this is actually a really great card to get as well, because in this next venture, in this next phase, you're going to have a lot more control. Now, with having more control, you have to have the responsibility and the know how to use that control. But you're going to have more control and more responsibility. You're going to have more say in what your future looks like. So give me one moment to go ahead and shuffle the other cards so we can talk about, what else is coming up and what do we have to watch out for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're still in Mercury retrograde right now, and these videos have come out a little bit slower than expected. I usually start around the 9th, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited. Let's do this. And I'm like, I'm going to get these done early. And then that doesn't happen typically. It's not because I try for it not to happen. It's just that, especially this week, has felt a bit intense. This week has definitely been very intense for me. And there were a couple days where I was just kind of like, I wasn't sick, I was just exhausted. I was just completely and utterly exhausted. And I believe in radical self-care. So if I can't do something in that moment, then I just can't do it. So I apologize for these videos coming out a little bit later than expected. Okay. Ooh, okay. Hold on. So we're going to go ahead and pull some cards here. We're going to pull about 6, and then I'm going to go through what those 6 cards mean. While I'm pulling this, I just want to let you know that if you want to, thank you for your likes and your shares and your subscriptions. And also, if you would like to book a reading, I am running a spring special until about May 1st. And you can email me at the email address below. It's thebelladonnacurio@gmail.com. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we have the King of Swords here. And I feel like this indicates your guys' energy. So you're at a place where whatever you had just gone through has kind of left you in sort of a jaded stance, or a stance where you're not as receptive to hearing other people's opinions about how things should be done. And that's sort of the pendulum swinging way to the other side, as far as there's a difference between you not you not taking other people's systems and things like that. And but there's also a difference between being completely not receptive to advice and completely not receptive to to people's suggestions don't necessarily have to mean rules. They're just suggestions. And it's kind of left you in a place where you're just kind of wherever you were really hurt. It really hurt. And now you're kind of taking a pendulum swing on the other side, and kind of holding yourself in sort of a cold stance, a cold way. So the King of Pentacles in reverse comes up and says that you need to actually get over that. You need to deal with it, because and that's kind of like a harsh way to say it, but you need to deal with it because your openness, your ability to be able um to let people in is directly tied to your money as well. So everything sort of resonates outward. And so if you hold yourself in a cold space, just imagine putting yourself in a freezer, you know, and you're like a frozen block of ice and nothing can penetrate it. Well, nothing can penetrate it and your money is going to suffer. And that's just kind of how that goes. you know. We have the Four of Cups that comes in reverse as well, and this actually is more of kind of an advice card. This is kind of an advice position, I guess, which is basically saying, there you don't see the blessings that are being offered to you. You're in the freezer, you're in this block of ice, and you're not seeing the blessings that are being offered to you. And these blessings are directly tied to your ability to be able to move through your emotions, not actually to hold yourself in sort of a cold space where nobody else can penetrate it, can penetrate you, because you're so scared about, what's going to happen, or you're so scared that, that you're going to be warm and accepting, and sort of be, be the ocean in a more calm place, or the ocean on a sunny day, and then all of a sudden a big storm is going to come yet again and just kind of like f stuff up. And and you can't, and the whole thing is you're holding your own blessings back by not just moving through and deciding to be frozen in one place. So once you unthaw, it's probably a better way to put it. Once you unthaw, things are going to come very, very quickly. Very, very quickly for you. You're going to see that the only thing that has been holding things back has been you. And you're going to actually, and I feel like this is going to be more like right before mid-May, things are going to start moving really quickly. If things were stagnant, if you were still in this cold place, I feel like things are going to definitely start to move, and probably a lot faster than you even recognize, because it's almost like you're not at home. You're not at home, and all the stuff you order from Amazon is at the door, that kind of stuff. So we have the Six of Cups. So this Six of Cups actually comes up and says that, well, a couple things. Number one, it says that you're going to have a new, I feel like this is saying you're going to have a new perception about what happened in the past. Because a lot of times when you're just kind of in a frozen place and you're working through your own hurt emotions, you're not really as receptive to hearing what people have to say about what might have happened, what might have really happened. That you're not as receptive to really analyze your position in relation to what had happened. And so this Six of Cups comes up and says you're going to actually have time to do that through this process. Also, this indicates that there may be some elements of your past that might be coming back to also be worked through. And the reason why I say it like that is because I have the Wheel of Fortune that comes up and says that, if not only is the Wheel of Fortune going upright, and so it's like things are going to turn around in a really positive and great way. Especially, I would say by mid to end May, things are going to be looking way, way different, right? So things are going to be looking way, way different. But also, this says that there are some elements that are um, perhaps karmatic relationships, perhaps karmatic situations that you have, that they're going to have to be worked out. And with the Six of Cups right before it, I would say that those elements have to do with your past and your perception about the past, and things that perhaps you have not yet quite worked out, that are about your soul's cycle or your soul's journey. So, anyway, quick and sweet. That is what I got for you. So I hope that was really helpful. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, leave messages and comments. And I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.